all these molecules have their hormones in which they serve as secondary messengers. So, to name a few examples of hormones that uses or that use and you or uses these secondary messengers, let's go back to this slide. Right. So for cyclic adenosine monophosphate, our primary example is epinephrine. When epinephrine binds to the plasma membrane of its target cells, okay, it will increase the production of cyclic adenosine monophosphate inside the bound or the cell bound to epinephrine. CAMP is identified to be a very important secondary messenger in different hormones and in different responses of target cells. Now, another one is CGMP. So for the case of CGMP, our example is atrial natriuretic factor or ANF. ANF uses cyclic guanosine monophosphate as a secondary messenger. Now, for metabolites of phosphoinositides or phosphoinositol, inositol triphosphate. Okay, it appears that calcium, ionic calcium, and some of the metabolites of phosphoinositides, or both of them, both calcium and in the metabolites of the said compound, may function as secondary messenger, no, in certain hormones. And the most popular, I think, that we know or that we should be remembering regarding secondary messengers are kinase phosphatase cascades. No? When we talk about hormone mechanism or hormone mechanism of action, okay, we relate the binding of a hormone to the receptor. We relate bind hormone receptor binding with phosphorylation or dephosphorylation of central enzymes, no, central proteins, and kinase phosphatase enzymes are responsible for that. Some examples of enzymes that use kinase phosphatase cascades as secondary messengers include insulin and some cytokines. Now, all right. A useful table for us to remember classification of hormones. Here we are we have identified or we have enumerated different hormones according to their actions or according to the secondary messengers that they have. No, we have hormones that bind to intracellular receptors, hormones that bind to receptors on the plasma membrane, and under which we have four categories. So according to their secondary messengers that they use, hormones that use CAMP as a secondary messenger. You see adrenergic receptors, catecholamines. No? You also have calcitonin and antidiuretic hormone, vasopressin. Also, we have hormones that use cyclic guanosine monophosphate like ANF and nitric oxide. Also, we have hormones that use ionic calcium or phosphatidylinositols, okay, or phosphoinositides. And we have hormones that use kinase phosphatase cascades as their secondary messenger. Right. Okay. Alright. So here we're representing the chemical diversity of hormones, the steroidal, lipophilic, and the hydrophilic groups. So you have cholesterol-derived hormones like estradiol, testosterone, and progesterone, which are all sex or reproductive hormones. We also have another steroidal or cholesterol-derived hormone, which is identified as cortisol. Okay. Also, we have hormones that are derived from tyrosine, like norepinephrine and epinephrine. Right, along with these hydrophilic hormones, we have peptides. Okay, all right.